A British parliamentary committee has just released a report on social media disinformation after reviewing internal Facebook emails. And this is what they found. The social media platform, quote, intentionally and knowingly violated both data privacy and competition laws. The emails show that Facebook was, quote, willing to override its users' privacy settings in order to transfer data to app developers. Lawmakers also claim that documents show that the social network was able to starve some developments of data and force them out of business. Let's bring in Carol Cadwalader. She's a journalist for The Guardian as well as The Observer, and she's one of the reporters who exposed the Cambridge Analytica scandal. She joins us from London. Carol, thank you for joining us here on the program. You call this new UK government report to fake news and disinformation a landmark report. Why is that?
It's so comprehensive. It looks at this entire landscape of big tech companies, digital campaigning, fake news, Cambridge Analytica and so much more. And it's completely damning about Facebook. It accuses Mark Zuckerberg of holding Parliament in contempt and of its senior executives actually deliberately setting out to deceive Parliament in seeking answers.
Yeah, as you point out, it's a comprehensive report. It's a damning report as well, you know, accusing the Facebook founder of contempt, saying that Facebook has behaved like a digital gangster that considers itself ahead of and beyond the law. Were you taken aback or surprised by that strong language?
No, because we have seen over many, many months that the UK Parliament, and then it was joined by 8 other parliaments from around the world, has really tried to hold Facebook to account and to summon Mark Zuckerberg to Britain to answer these questions. And time again, Facebook has refused. And I think Parliament just ran out of patience.
Facebook has responded to this parliamentary report. Its UK public policy manager said in a statement that the company, quote, supports effective privacy legislation and is also open to, quote, meaningful regulation. So, I mean, your thoughts on that response from Facebook, and also the big question, will the British government act?
Well, I find that quite an astonishing response from Facebook, because many of the laws were actually in place and it deliberately set out to break them. That's what the evidence of the report is saying, that we had laws and it broke them. So I find that a curious answer from Facebook. And as to whether the British government will respond, that's to be seen. I certainly hope so. One of the things in the report is made very clear is that our electoral laws simply don't work in this new age of digital campaigning. It says they're not fit for purpose. And then there's a third aspect of the report which is very interesting, and that's where the report calls out foreign interference in British elections, and it calls out the government for being completely silent on this subject, and it's calling for an independent investigation into all elections in Britain since 2014. I think that's very significant. I think the government is going to try and want to dodge answering questions on that. I really hope that MPs don't allow it to get away with it.
And speaking of foreign interference, also on your radar, a Cambridge Analytica employee named Brittany Kaiser has been subpoenaed by Robert Mueller as part of the Russia probe into collusion with the Trump campaign. How big is this?
Well, we broke this story yesterday in The Observer, and CNN did a great report on it as well today. And I think it's very significant because Kaiser is the second employee of Cambridge Analytica who we know has been subpoenaed by Robert Mueller. But what's so interesting about her is that she worked on the Trump campaign, but she also worked on the Brexit campaign. And in Britain, we've been really desperately trying to ignore this Mueller's inquiry into Trump-Russia collusion and the fact that so many threads of it seem to go through London. But the case is now becoming unignorable, and that's why it does feel very important. And again, we really need the government to respond to this and tell us that it is taking this Russian interference threat very seriously.
Yeah, foreign interference, fake news, disinformation, all the threads coming to a head yet again with this new report out. Carol Cadwalader joining us from London. Thank you so much for your reporting, and take care.